The Kossuth Cave is famous for its deep and clear water that provides divers with the once-in-a-lifetime experience of deep-sea diving full of marine life sightings and amazing cave explorations. However, the visibility could get terrible, and the guideline could disappear in the clay, resulting in a very dangerous situation where it's extremely hard to find the exit of the cave. This is the story of Márton Mede, who didn't return, and its 7-day rescue operation. The Kossuth Cave is located 656 feet above sea level, north of the picturesque fairy tale village of Jósvafő, Hungary. The existence of the Kossuth Cave behind the Nagy-Tohonya spring was suspected as early as the 1930s, but access was not discovered until the 1950s. The cave became a popular tourist destination in the Aggtelek National Park after stabilizing the entrance zone in the 1980s. The highly protected Kossuth Cave, along with the other caves of the Aggtelek Karst, was designated a World Heritage Site in 1995. For a long time, the end of the cave's passages was thought to be the Reménytelen, hopeless Sump. After decades of exploration and hard work, including human casualties, Amphora diving club divers swam through this sump in 2009. The explorers reached an open passage with rich cave formations and additional underwater passages after navigating the deep and intricate sump. The passages significantly increased the cave's known length, which now exceeds 4,921 feet, while its vertical extent is 196 feet. Chief Sergeant Márton Mede, 42 years old, joined the Budapest Fire Brigade's Special Rescue Command as a diver on May 16, 2008, but also performed subordinate firefighting duties. He demonstrated his bravery and ability by putting out numerous large fires and repairing extensive damage. He was one of the herd's most experienced divers and was well versed in his trade. He also worked as a cave researcher in his free time and gained extensive experience in this field. Having participated in research expeditions around the world several times, experts say that only 6 or 8 divers in Hungary have similar knowledge and experience in the cave research and diving profession. In 2014, he was awarded the Silver Degree of Merit for Excellence after winning a bronze medal at the European Orienteering Championships for his work in searching and rescuing the Mermaid cruise ship disaster. Márton had conducted many successful discovery dives in the Kossuth Cave of the past decade. On Sunday, April 3, 2022, members of the capital's cave diving group, including Márton, conducted exploratory dives in the Kossuth Cave. During their dive, an accident occurred. One of the cave divers did not return to the starting point in the cave's opaque term, Our Father's Room, section on time. That diver was Márton Mede. Márton's companions, who had been provided with the diver's safety, set off immediately after but could not locate the trail of the safety-guided rope in the known passages. At the time, visibility in the cave's underwater areas was almost non-existent. The Jósvafő Territorial Unit of the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service arrived at the scene in the afternoon, assisted by the North Hungarian Association of Cave Rescuers, the Bakanyi Cave Rescue Service, the Spelio Roznava, Slovakia, the Neptune Diving Club, and the cave divers of the Amphora Diving Club, which has been researching the cave for decades, began planning additional dives to locate the missing diver in collaboration with Baz County specialists of the Disaster Management Organization. Additional help arrived in the evening and the morning after for the operations, including several rescuers with relevant cave diving experience. During Sunday's exploratory dives, divers explored the zone's current terminal end, the passages of Sump 3. These passages reach a depth of 131 feet. The divers use a nitrox gas mixture due to the great depth because nitrox allows the human body to spend more time at greater depths and can reduce decompression time during ascent. The Jósvafő Territorial Unit of the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service began coordinating the rescue on Sunday afternoon. The rescue of a Kossuth cave diver, Márton Mede, involved in an accident. An older diver stated, "He is one of the best divers in the profession. There are only 4 people in Hungary who can do what he can. He discovered the Hall of Our Fathers after the hopeless 7, but he did not rest and wanted to go further. He was in that segment of the cave when he got lost." According to him, 5 divers went with him, but the cavern they passed through collapsed, and he disappeared. A fellow diver tried to help as long as he could but had to come to the surface after a while. "This is a very narrow, watery, and clayey place, but we hope that there are wonders, and he is still alive," he said. Speaking of cave rescues, in 2018 a Thai soccer team visited the Tham Luang cave system. Heavy rainfall filled the cave with water, and the team got trapped inside. The rescue operations lasted for 17 days, but they were able to bring everybody safely to the surface. According to Blick, a Hungarian newspaper, Márton could survive if he got out of the water in the Kossuth Cave and found a dry place somewhere inside. Wet and dry segments alternate in the cave, so survival is not completely impossible. On the other hand, the range of vision in water is 0 due to the stirred material. The rescue operation, however, continued, with divers working in shifts inside the cave. On the second day of the rescue operation, government services began to participate to help the volunteers, and the Counter-Terrorism Center, TEC, took over rescue coordination. The Counter-Terrorism Center units assisted the rescue process in various ways, not only by providing logistical and organizational support for the rescue, but also by caring for those who participated in the rescue. The rescue was hampered by the fact that such a section of the cave was very narrow, making large divers unable to participate actively, and that visibility in the water was currently very limited. The last free part of the passage had collapsed during the recent 1.5-hour dive near the cave's currently known terminal point at about 131 feet depth. The guide rope fixed in the cave, which aids in diver orientation in low visibility, did not run freely. It was completely embedded in the clay and couldn't be moved. Because of the low visibility, the rescue divers could only reasonably conclude that a collapse or some sunken material had blocked the passage. Later that day, the missing diver, Márton Mede, was discovered about 820 feet from the beginning of the dive, at the entrance to the Reménytelen, hopeless Sump, at a depth of about 98 feet. Unfortunately, by the time the rescue team discovered Márton's location, he already passed away. The cause of the accident appears to be a passage collapse. The traces were discovered the next day by cave divers diving at a depth of 157 feet at the end of the known passage. Cave divers from the Amphora diving club, who have been exploring the Kossuth Cave for decades, performed the underwater portion of the rescue. They made 9 cave dives and finally got the body to the entrance to the Reménytelen Sump after 7 days of search and rescue operation. The divers work in great depths for long periods, in narrow passages, and with limited visibility made the dives extremely difficult. After transferring Márton's body, the Cave Rescuers Service completed the rest of the job. Besides, the North Hungarian Association of Cave Rescuers, the Cave Rescuers of the Bacani Cave Rescue Service, and the Spelio Roznava, Slovakia, were participating in the rescue with about 80 people. During the rescue operation, the Cave Rescue Service transported all of the divers' equipment, constructed additional cable transport paths for the cave rescue, and reinforced the fixed steel cables. The last rescue team of 50 people from these domestic cave rescue services was able to bring the Márton's body out of the cave from the sump in less than 3 hours. A temporary artificial dam raised the water level of the Kossuth Cave's 164 feet long lake, allowing the stretcher to float on the water's surface above the installed wire ropes. At 2 p.m. on Sunday, April 10, the Hungarian Cave Rescue Service's longest rescue operation in history was finally brought to an end when the Márton's body was taken to the cave's entrance. During the 7-day rescue, 20 organizations with over 250 personnel participated in activities inside and outside the cave. During the search and rescue, the entire Hungarian caving community came together, not just his close friends and participants in the action. Márton was an expert in every aspect of diving. He was also one of the best underwater divers and led numerous international expeditions. In Hungary, only a handful of divers have similar knowledge and experience in the cave exploration diving profession. We would like to thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching, take a dive on the like button, consider subscribing to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you get notified when we come back with another exciting cave diving story.